for anybody that's wanting to get into trapping, save up your money until you can buy a Covert. They make them for Verizon and AT&T. We did a little thing on one of these a while back. We've got several. Deer cameras, we will have more next year. Every year we add on. These are not cheap. They're not free. Nothing is free. If it's free, you probably don't want it. But if you've got the money to buy a cheap one that's not going to function properly, it's kind of like buying a trap that's way under quality of this Bridger. You're not going to like the results. This camera is flawless. It's waterproof, which is the old signal. We have places in the river bottoms where there basically is no service. These LTEs will pretty much usually go full bar. Whereas the old ones, you may get a booster antenna to help, but I had not much success with them. And if you're 50 miles away and you're a deer hunter, this camera right here will save you a lot of gas and it will give you a lot of sleep. You can wake up in the morning, get your phone out, and you can see everything that happened while you were sleeping. And if you're at work, while you're on your lunch break, or if you've got the ability to carry your phone around, if you got an old doe and she's been in the same spot at the same time, 6 days, 4 days in a row, whatever, you know what time she's moving in and out. You can pretty much pinpoint her, unless there's a weather change. If there's fixing to be a weather change, they're going to change. They're going to be out earlier, later, or just out all day. If there's a big front coming, that's your deer right there. You need to be there. This camera, like I said, we get our service, which is, I don't know the people, from AT&T, but Lewisburg, Kentucky is where you call. These people have never failed me yet. They can fix these cameras over their computer most of the time. You may have to do an update every once in a while, and all you do is simply hit a button, scroll down, blah, blah, blah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 buttons is all that's on it, and 2 of them are on here, and they're for nothing but that I've ever used other than scrolling it around. You simply put it on setup, you get your signal, and I guarantee you're going to get all the signal there is. I mean, there's places that I've never been that I'm sure you're not going to get a signal, even if you built a cell phone tower there. But this and their blackouts, deer will look them right in the face. The only thing I've ever seen that paid much attention to these at all was a bobcat. Many bobcats. They don't run, they don't care, but they notice it. Deer, they look at them, they don't pay any attention. I've never seen one break and run, throw the tail up, nothing. They just keep drinking, doing whatever they're doing, walking, whatever. They just glance at it and go on. I have seen a coyote or two, and like I said earlier, seems like an hour ago, a coyote lives pretty much where he's at, in that area. He's got a territory range, him and his buddies, whatever. But I mean, literally, a stick can fall out of a tree that he's been by thousands of times. And when that stick hits the ground or hits the leaves, he's gonna jump up in the air or take off running. I've seen a couple of coyotes that didn't like it, but they didn't know what it was. And that's just a coyote for you. Most of the time, they walk right by, never pay attention. We had one of these underwater, and I mean deep water, with swift current. Never thought it'd take another flash. Spotless. Wiped the clear lens off, the fog off the inside, never missed a beat. Matter of fact, this might be the camera.
It's black, yeah.
Matter of fact, it is. We label all our cameras A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, you know. You put them on your phone, on your menu, so you know what camera you got and which one you're looking at. When you got dead batteries, your phone will show you which one needs batteries, but I black mark all of them with a letter, and that letter coincides with your cards, your SD cards that go in them. And you can carry your SD cards, and you know when it says Y on it, it goes in this Y camera. It doesn't go in the W camera or the B camera, and maybe I'm a little picky. Sometimes I don't erase all the pictures off. I want to save a few on the SD card. I want that card to go back in the same camera. And I don't like mixing up cards. The format, whatever that is, might be different. I've had trouble before. I do not do that anymore. We label all our cards. We've got 2 cases. You can buy them cheap. They hold them firmly. You open it, just like this camera, and you've got a card that lays in here and a card that lays in here. And the empty spot, I put the card out of this camera in. I pull the new card out, which is marked or labeled with whatever camera it goes in. Can't go wrong. I mean, if you mess that up, you need to start back from the beginning, or you shouldn't be drinking that much anyway, but maybe you need to turn her off a little bit.
Or you can just delete them from your phone.
Or you can just delete them from your phone. This is my son here. This is John again. He's investigating. I like that. I like him watching, learning. This is Predator Control. Out.